All right, today's workout is going to be an AMRAP of sorts. We're going to try to get as far up our ladders as possible in 15 minutes. All right, so you have 15 minutes in this workout. It's going to be a heavier skill-based day today. So if you're somebody who's still working on your handstand walk or your toes to bar, just know there's light at the end of the tunnel of 15 minutes. Now, we're going to start off. We're going to be reading this workout from top to bottom. So you can see that first set is 2 toes to bar. We're going to complete 2 toes to bar, and then we're going to move to 25 feet of a handstand walk. Once we finish 25 feet of a handstand walk, we're going to go ahead and do 5 ab mat sit-ups. Once we finish that, we're headed back to the toes to bar to complete 4 toes to bar. We do 25 feet of the handstand walk, and this time we have 10 ab mat sit-ups. Yeah, this is going to get a little on the spicy side in regards to our core. So just something to consider in this workout. All right. When we're doing our toes to bar, we can go ahead. Both toes need to touch the bar at the exact same time. All right. If we're still working on toes to bar, we can go ahead and try to get them as high as possible. Now that means as high as possible is kind of like a max effort. Okay. It's not just like moving through and going like, wee, I'm going as high as possible. If that's truly your 1 rep max, then great, I'll accept it. However, some of you can go ahead and get there and really try to get them up, okay? So that's what I'm looking for on the toes to bar when we say as high as possible. Now, if we're not there yet, you can go to that hanging L raise. Otherwise, we're going to be doing a hanging knee raise, trying to get those knees up into the chest, making sure that your pelvis is actually crunching. We're going to get a core crunch out of that. If we need to, we can scale down to bringing our feet off the ground for just a split second, using the ground for a little bit of feedback, okay? So those are going to be our scales for the toes to bar. Now, on the handstand push-up, the handstand walk, we can do a full walk. That means you're able to get up, you have control, and then we can walk across the floor. We're going to go ahead and start behind the 25-foot line and get over the 25-foot line to finish. Now, if that's not where we're at, and a struggle walk is kind of where we're at, you can do that. That means you kick up, you can move your hands maybe once or twice, and then you come back down. You're going to just kind of move through that position. Now, if we're not there yet on the handstand walk, we're going to kind of work on scooting ourselves across the floor. For some of you, this is going to be extremely challenging. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and you might have to be flat hand or fists, but we're going to go ahead and try to push ourselves across the floor, lifting up our butt. For some of you, you might have to drag your feet like that, and you get kind of a push through on this, all right? So again, if you're going to do this, our RX, or the most challenging, you'll lift up your feet the whole time. For the most part, if you're there, probably are going to actually struggle walk instead. Otherwise, if we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and push ourselves across the floor, moving through. I know that's a little bit different than what we normally do, but that push away is going to be pretty important as we move and traverse across the floor. So while this is a little bit foreign, all right, I want you to go ahead and give it a try, because the most important part of a handstand hold and a handstand walk is really locking out those arms and getting that big push. Okay, I know we're pushing in this plane, but also pressing through this plane and really trying to get your body across the floor is going to be really beneficial, all right? And it also works your arms, so we have a win-win there. And then finally, we have those ab mat sit-ups. Our traditional ab mat sit-up, pad will be behind me, My bottoms of my feet are together, knees are splayed out. I lay back, and when I sit up, I'm going to touch that ground right around my toes, okay? So that's what we're looking for on those ab mat sit-ups. And again, we're going to be moving from the toes to bar to the handstand walk to the ab mat sit-up, and then back to the toes to bar, and we're going to be kind of reading it down. So it's 2, 25, 5, 4, 25, 10, and that's going to be that rep count as how we're going to move through this. This workout's going to be 15 minutes long, regardless of what you choose. So just go ahead and challenge yourself, keep moving, and have some fun.